Good afternoon, YouTube. So with today's video, this video is totally unscripted and unplanned, but I'm gonna give you 6 best or just 6 great designer fragrances for the autumn of 2023. How unplanned is this? Well, I haven't even showered yet. As I was cleaning out this place, I got a new cabinet where all my new fragrances are going, or just like I gotta sort out the collection and organize it. But these fragrances here, as I was putting stuff away, I'm like, these would be great as they just don't get any talk about. And I have absolutely no notes set. All right, but this list here, with my channel, I try to give you guys something that's really original, but the first fragrance is actually, it makes a lot of lists, okay? First one is gonna be Valentino Womo Intense. This is gonna be the EDT, not the EDP. So with this one here, you're gonna get that typical iris. The iris itself does add that powdery nuance, and this is what makes this a gentleman's fragrance. It's not overly masculine, but it's like a modern day gentleman's scent. But it also has clary sage to add a little bit of an herbal touch. It has that leather, which I don't get a whole lot of, but more of like a suede. There is that vanilla, and there's gonna be like a nice creamy sweet tonka bean. Just great all around. It's very versatile, meaning that you could dress this one down. Not like this. This is just too bummy for something this classy, but you know, a sense of style. You don't have to wear a suit and tie with this one here, but if you wear a suit and tie with this, you are absolutely shining. But you can also wear this with a tuxedo. Just Womo. You know, Womo means man in Italian. They should name this like Valentino Gentleman in Italian, you know, whatever the name gentleman is in Italian, because this is what this scent is. It's perfect for daytime, nighttime, and longevity. But you're gonna get about 7 to 8 hours with this one here, but powdery, sweet, a little bit of suede more than leather itself, and you're gonna get that herbal clary sage. That is what this is. Fragrance number 2 is also another great scent that does not get any mention. Now, if you like coffee fragrances, then you're gonna love Robert Graham's Valor. Now, this has like a roasted black coffee type of feel. It's got sage to add a little bit of an herbal undertone, but it also has amber. There's only 3 notes. It's a pretty basic fragrance. So, amber, coffee, and sage. Now, I would say it's mostly amber, then coffee, and you know, like they're kind of like battling for first place. Then it's going to be that sage. It's not overly green or herbal. Ooh, caught it. But this will go really well with a suit and tie, a tuxedo, or just a sense of style. You know, nothing casual, not a hoodie. But if you wear this with like a nice button up and a sports coat, yo, you are going to be shining quite well. But if you wear this with a suit and tie, you might be shining a little bit more. I find that this one is more classy than this one, but there is a little bit of class to it. But at the same time, because of that coffee note, it has a little bit of a playful nature. Longevity, great, 7 to 8 hours, and you could wear this to work, on a night out, or just daily casual. Fragrance number 3 is a great scent that was very popular back in the day. Some people will say that the scent profile is kind of redundant. Get the EDP version, but the EDT, in my opinion, is still like great to this very day. That's gonna be Armani Code. So I have an official travel spray, which I've had for years. I don't have a bottle. Now, I do love Armani, but the prices are just, you know, like you're spending for, yes, some of the quality, but you're really spending for that name. Like even Acqua di Gia, which I still like to this very day, believe it or not, it's not even worth the price tag. Even online, it's quite expensive. Now everybody's gonna say, get the EDP, which is a great scent. But the EDT, unfortunately, is slept on. I still find that this is relevant in 2023. So with this one here, you're gonna get some of the citruses that is very bright in the opening. But you're gonna get that tobacco, that creamy, sweet tonka bean. You're gonna get that anise. I feel like there's lavender in this one. You are gonna get some woody gaiac wood, and there's gonna be that leather. I don't really get the leather. Hell, I don't even get suede. What I pretty much get, I get that tobacco, that sweet, creamy tonka bean. The tonka bean does add that sweetness to it. You're gonna get the spicy anise, but I also get the citruses in the opening. There is a little bit of gaiac wood, but really not a whole lot. This is sexy, but at the same time, it's quite classy. At this point in 2023, this just might be more relevant to older gentlemen. So I'm 46, but if you're 20 and you like it, then rock it. But because it's been around for pretty much 20 years for the most part, I think that like the EDP is gonna gravitate more towards the younger demographics. But that one there is great for the old guys as well. But if you're an older gentleman, chances are that this has been your signature scent for years and years. Longevity is not bad for an EDT. It's about 6 to 7 hours. Not great, but you know, you really can't complain. And the versatility is there. You can dress it down to dressing it up, daytime, nighttime. And even though that there is a certain level of classiness to it, this is actually a great scent for something like this. But if you dress it up a little bit better, then even more so. Fragrance number 4, some people are gonna say that this is more of a spring and summer scent. I find that this one here is gonna be a little bit more, a little too heavy for the summertime. So more spring, but I do think that it's a great scent from this transition from summer to autumn, and that's gonna be Givenchy Sport. This is not your typical sports scent. Now your typical sports fragrances are gonna have like your citruses, which this does. It's gonna have like ginger, mint, musk, and maybe a little bit more going on. Oceanic notes, aquatics. This is polar opposite. This actually has leather and nutmeg. The leather in this is actually quite pronounced, but it's not like a Tom Ford Tuscan leather. You are gonna get the spicy nuance of the nutmeg, but that dry down is actually kind of animalic with the ambergris, but you are gonna get the cedar and the vetiver. It does open up quite citrusy, but like quickly, like the spices, so like the nutmeg and the leather come in. This is actually kind of masculine in my opinion, and you know, some people will say it's more casual, but I do think that you can wear this with a suit and tie, no problem. Just like the leather itself, the nutmeg, but also like the woody nuance and a little bit of that ambergris or that animalic note kind of make it a more of a masculine scent, a little bit more mature than like someone who, like if you are a young guy in like their early 20s, I don't know if this is really one that you're gonna like. You know, try it out, you know, because it's not all that expensive, about 50 bucks Canadian, so that's about $40 USD. Might be less, but you know what? I just find that this might resonate a little bit more so with guys my age, 46, but if you're 30 and up, I do think that this might resonate quite well with you as well. But it's actually quite versatile, dressing it down to dressing up, daytime, nighttime, you know, and in my opinion, it's a great signature scent. Longevity is going to be about 6 to 7 hours. And again, this fragrance here is more the transition from summer to autumn, when it's still relatively warm, but it's still getting a little cool out there as well. Fragrance number 5 is a great scent from the transition from summer to autumn. Now when it's, I find that because of the name itself, Aqua, a lot of people are gonna say, yo, that's a summer scent. This, in my opinion, is a little too heavy for the summertime. Now, if it's a summer night out where it's cooler, then yes, but I always say that this is more spring and autumn, but that's gonna be Kenzo Aquaporum. This just never gets any mention. It came out in 2018. So with this one here, it does have the aquatic, so it does have like the watery notes, but you are gonna get like vanilla, you're gonna get apple, you're gonna get hazelnut or chestnut, there's musk, sandalwood, cedar, tonka bean, and so on. What it pretty much is, definitely the hazelnut, or just that nutty nuance, the vanilla, the woods, then it's gonna be like a little bit of the aquatics with that fruity apple, and maybe like a little bit of citrus. This actually is kind of sexy. It's more of a night out fragrance in my opinion, and it's more casual. You know, I just find that this might resonate as well with the younger demographics. I would say that this is a great teenage scent, but also someone in their 20s. But if you're an older guy, you know, and you like it, then please wear it. Just what I say is just recommendations. It's not a fact at all. But it's just nutty, sweet, woody, and quite nice. I'm not a big fan of it just because it is a little too sweet, but you know, I did this video with Chad Secrets, and I think that this is a great scent for somebody his age. He just turned 28 the other day. Great for school, great night out. You know, if you wear it to work, then you probably work in the hospitality industry. You know, like you're a bartender, a waiter, a club promoter, a bouncer at a strip club or a club, whatever. You might be like a Magic Mike, you know, it's like, shit. Hey, Magic Mike's a good movie, okay? I don't mind some of the shit. Don't judge me, please. But performance on this is actually pretty solid. It's like 7 to 10 hours. And fragrance number 6, I just unwrapped for this very video, but man, is it good. And it's actually quite affordable, even though that it's from a luxury designer. Alfred Dunhill, Mongolian Cashmere. This is gonna cost you about maybe $110 Canadian. That's less than $100 USD. You know what? I can't even smell it. So first spray right on camera. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh yeah. This does have rose. So the rose does class it up. There's some geranium. Lots of orris root, which adds that powdery touch. So, you know, orris root, iris, whatever. This is a powdery scent. There is amber, there is suede. The suede is definitely there. And there's musk. This for me is more of a musky, powdery scent with a little bit of leather, suede, and like a little bit of like fresh spices, because I think it's pink pepper. This is marketed towards men. You know, it's Dunhill. Dunhill only caters to guys. But I do think that this fragrance can be unisex. It's not overly masculine. The name itself is kind of like different. When you're thinking of Mongolia, or when you hear the word Mongolia, you're probably thinking of Genghis Khan. You know, this is not what Genghis Khan would wear if he was alive today, just because of that powdery nuance. Maybe the muskiness, because you know, muskiness can be a man's note, especially if they haven't showered in weeks. But this is just more of a modern day gentleman type of scent, like the Kingsman. I've always used the Kingsman as like to describe stuff like this. But this is just a fragrance for someone who likes to dress up, who's trendy, who's well-mannered, like sophisticated, all that jazz. That's what this is. And the decant that I got, I don't remember what the longevity was, but I would say 6 to 8 hours to play it safe. It might be a little bit longer. And everybody, that is it. That is 6 unscripted, unplanned best designer fragrances for 2023. If you like this very video, the originality and just like the creativity, well, just, you know, I'm kind of bummy, but just like the originality with these fragrances here, because again, I was not planning on adding any of these. This one here, like to another video later on, and might just make that very video. But the other ones, I really, truly, honestly was not. So if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. Any reviews that I've done on these, and I haven't talked about all of these, well, you know what? I haven't talked about this one. Everything else I have. They will all be down in the description box below. And because this is an autumn list, if you want to see previous years, you might get 2017, 2019, or even last year, check out right here. And again, if you like this very video, leave me one of these. I thank you for my time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.